House Call. I'm Steve Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor, and today on a Cabral House Call, I'm going to answer 3 of your questions. These 3 questions have all come in through stevecabral.com/Ask Cabral, and I'm really excited to get down to it today. A couple of my personal recommendations that people want to know about, I'm always happy to share those. Feel free to always ask me what I do in my own life and what my personal recommendations are. The other thing is, we're going to go over some more in-depth ones about people's own health issues. Now again, I am doing the Cabral House Call because literally I can't see a lot more people in my practice. We're booked out weeks and weeks in advance, which is obviously a fantastic thing. Any doctor would be happy with that. I'm obviously very grateful for that. But I do want to be able to get to all the questions of the people that I may never be able to get in touch with. So please never be afraid to ask your question. Even if you want to ask it anonymously, just put anonymous. It's no big deal. We will not mention your name. And if you would like, we'll just use another name. All right, let's get into the first question of the day. The first question is from Bessie. And it says, what's your favorite salad recipe? What family recipe or what do you guys use to put on your vegetables and on your salads and those types of things? Well, I can tell you this. During the winter time, I typically eat a little bit more warmed or cooked vegetables. So I know that wasn't the topic of today, and maybe I'll go more in depth about the Ayurvedic perspective of that and the different seasons. Now, I am just coming back from a trip from California where it was so beautiful and it was so warm. It was 70 degrees, in the winter, that I did eat a little bit more raw salads and a little bit more raw vegetables in general. It was warmer and I could use those cooling foods. But it is snowing in Boston. I came back to, I think, about 6 inches or so of snow. Almost didn't make it into my flight. And so obviously now I'm back to some more warming foods. My body needs the warmth and it doesn't appreciate it. So I use the same dressing on vegetables, cooked, as well as raw vegetables as well. So my favorite dressing that I've been using for many, many years is, I cut out vinegar a few years ago, and the reason I cut it out for myself personally is, 1, I wanted something a little bit more alkaline, and 2, I have and had for many, many years serious issues with allergies, and I'll talk about that again more in the future as well. Debilitating allergies, like the worst allergies you could possibly ever have, meaning like eyes swollen shut, not able to open them, extremely painful, runny nose, but it was more about my whole face and just inflammation, my eyes swollen shut, really, really bad. And luckily, I can say it's something that I've worked really hard on over the years, and they've gotten so, so much better. I can actually go outside now during the spring. So it is an amazing thing, and I will talk more about allergies and seasonal allergies and all the people who suffer out there as well, what works and what actually doesn't. So anyway, back to my allergies, or I should say back to my salad dressing. So what I do is I use olive oil. And so if you listen to the last episode, which olive oils do I recommend? Well, I didn't answer that in the last episode, and maybe I should have, but the olive oils that I do recommend are extra virgin, first pressed, and cold pressed organic olive oil. So what does all that mean? All it means is this: organic, so that it's not sprayed, right? Why would you want to press pesticides into your olive oil? That obviously does not make sense. Let's not do that. The second is we want first pressed. We get the freshest, best batch of olive oil from that first press. Then we want cold pressed. We don't want the olive oil or the olives heated to extract that goodness from the olive oils themselves. And the extra virgin is we just want the best possible olive oil. And that doesn't mean that we don't want it cloudy. We actually do. We want like that cloudy, pure olive oil. You do want to purchase it in a dark bottle. That dark bottle keeps the light because it's sensitive. Remember, oils are sensitive. You don't want that oil to be able to penetrate the bottle. So you want a dark, nice amber or blue or green bottle, or just totally wrapped to protect the olive oil. Okay, so then I typically use lemon juice. So I add olive oil and then I squeeze lemon on top. So let me take it one step back. The reason I cut out the vinegar as well is, yes, because of the alkalinity, but 2, the vinegar was causing me, it has extra histamines. And so the vinegar was causing my histamines, because I have something called mastocytosis, to run wild, and it was giving me more itchy eyes and all of that. So anyway, the lemon, while it does have histamines, is not as aggravating for me as the vinegar. But I will say, in the beginning, I just use olive oil. I to be honest, just olive oil as dressing. I got better, and I was able to add that nice lemon juice. Okay, the other thing my family will sometimes do is create a olive oil, lemon juice, and we put in some Italian herbs. And we shake it up, and that basically gives you that Italian dressing. It's really, really nice. We use that a lot of time. Sometimes we'll add in a little bit of mustard powder, a little bit of celery powder, different things like that if you want for flavor. I think that's fantastic. I've made turmeric dressings before. Same base, but then we add in a little bit of turmeric powder, and that is fantastic. Really, really nice. And of course, really anti-inflammatory as well. Now, the other thing I will say is I don't mind, and sometimes I will actually use, because it has a nice bite to it, apple cider vinegar. We only use Bragg's apple cider vinegar, raw, of course. We mix it with the olive oil, shake it up, and we can still add those Italian herbs if we do want, or any other spices that we want. That makes a really nice dressing. Please try experimenting with your own. Essentially, you can add any real herbs that you want, as long as they're not aggravating to you, that you don't have big allergies or histamine-based issues, and you can experiment making your own nice dressings. You can even add a little bit of mustard powder for a little bit of bite. That's a really nice dressing as well. All right, hopefully that answered your question. You can see I like talking about food. My next question is from Jake, and Jake asks, what is your favorite type of weight loss client? All right, so fun question, and I want to just make this instead of just myself. Obviously, I work with a lot of physicians. I work with a lot of physicians on their own health. They come to me just to, optimize their own health and just look at the style of medicine that I use. Obviously, in the industry, I see thousands of other physicians a year just at conferences. And, we will talk about different case studies and things like that we do. But I will tell you this. Most doctors' favorite wellness client or patient is always the ones that are going to be consistent and compliant with the plan, right? So our only frustration lies in that we've worked with, even though you think that, your particular case is like unique, that no one's ever experienced it. I totally understand, because I've been there myself, without a doubt, because I just had never met anyone or seen anyone like myself in such bad health. But we most likely work with someone very similar to yourself. And I can tell you this, that we have probably seen, if you're a functional medicine doctor or an naturopathic doctor, a course, a protocol, as I call it, that has worked, and we're just tweaking it basically for you. And so what we want you to do is just be really consistent, really compliant for the first, let's say, 4 to 12 weeks, because we'll know it's working and we'll be able to make those adjustments. The issue is that if you're not following the protocol, then we have too many variables of maybe it's the supplements, maybe it's the food, maybe it's the exercise. We don't actually know, so we can't help you to the best of our ability. And my only goal, literally my only goal, is to make sure that I help people get well and get better. And a lot of times, as I've said before, I am the very last resort. They come in with a stack of paperwork, like 5 or 6 inches high, of labs from the last 5 years. They've had everything done. Internal, external, you name the test, they've done it. I read through it and they say, if you can't help me get well, then I'm just giving up. And so obviously that's a lot of pressure, of course, and I don't mind that, because I felt like, again, I was there in the past as well. But what I want is just, I want you not to question me. I have no problem with that. It's just, I want you, once you feel like you're ready to go, once you're ready to pull the trigger, is just to stay on this path, on this protocol, follow the plan, give me your feedback. I will work with you to make adjustments as needed, and we'll make sure that you get well. And it's not just me. This is every conventional medical, allopathic, functional medicine, even, personal trainer, nutritionist, you name it. If you're working with a coach, even a business coach, I guess, right? Anyone wants you just to kind of follow their course because they've seen it work and they just want to help you get better. That's the whole point, right? It's like, we just want to see you do well. That's why we do what we do. So hopefully that answers your question. All right, the last question today is from Ned. And Ned asks, why do my joints always hurt when I get up? So it just says when I get up. Now, I'm going to give this in 2 parts. Some people's joints hurt when they get up in the morning, when they wake up, and some people's joints hurt when they just get up from like a chair after sitting for a few hours. But keep in mind, this is almost one and the same. When you wake up in the morning and when you get up from a chair, it could be from lack of blood flow, lack of circulation, and your tendons and ligaments are kind of like the last to get that good blood supply. Meaning like your muscles get the most first, tendons a little bit more after that, and then ligaments less so. It's also why muscles heal faster than tendons. Tendons would typically heal faster than ligaments. That's why healing a ligament is really tough work. So a lot of times surgery is needed for those specific ones. Not always, absolutely not. Like meniscus-based tears. We work with people with meniscus-based tears all the time. Hardly ever is surgery really needed. But again, each case has to be taken on its own. So what I would say is this. Get the body moving. Try to get up once an hour from your desk. Just to walk down if you're in an office to the bathroom, to the water cooler, to do whatever. Just go visit someone in another cubicle. Whatever you need to do, get your body moving around. And then when you're at your desk, move your legs around. Stretch your legs out straight. Point your toes all the way away from you. Point them all the way towards you. That will pump your gastrocnemius. That is your calf. That will pump your calf. And what it does, your calf is sometimes called your second heart. That will bring your blood flow back from your legs up to your heart. This is such an amazing thing. I've actually never talked about this, I don't think. I'm going to talk about it more because it's so amazing in terms of blood pressure regulation. Is pumping those ankles back and forth, just called ankle pumps or foot pumps, and it moves that circulation back and forth. If you do that, hopefully you'll be less stiff getting up. The other part is when you wake up in the morning, your body has just gone through a massive detoxification process. It's removing a ton of acids, which is waste from your body. Now, whether you believe in acid or alkaline doesn't really matter, because what's happening is your cells remove waste. And when your cells remove waste, those are called acids. We do a specific test called an organic acids test. We measure those acids. It's a real thing in real life. So what happens is, sometimes when your body's accumulating too many toxins, too many acids, it's removing those, but not necessarily as great a job, or it's doing a great job and you just are flushed. You have too many toxins and not enough buffers. And when that happens, yes, a detoxification is an absolute great thing that you can do. We obviously can walk you step by step through the process, and then just waking up, maybe doing a little bit of lemon water, maybe a tad bit of nice pure sea salt. That's a great thing as well, just to flush through the system. Wake up, drink a lot of water, flush your system out. You can even do a little bit of greens if you want. So those are two main reasons. Start there, get around, get the circulation going, then work on your detoxification. Also work on your fluid intake to keep flushing out those toxins, as well as all the detoxification things you can be doing that I'm not going to get into today. We will talk more about those on a future show. Thank you for tuning in today to the Cabral House Call. I'll be back real soon answering more of your questions.
As a thank you for tuning in today, I wanted to share with you the number one system my private clients in Boston and now all over the United States are using to lose weight, decrease bloating, improve digestion, eliminate skin issues, and increase their energy all day long. It's called the Dr. Cabral Detox, and without going into all the details right now, simply go to drcabraldetox.com and you can find out how my proven, simple 7-day system can help you lose weight and feel great. There's no hype, there's no marketing, and best of all, it's guaranteed or your money back. And as a thank you for being a listener of the Cabral Concepts, I'd like to offer you $10 off your next 7, 14, or 21-day Dr. Cabral Detox purchase in the month of March. Simply enter the savings code MARCH10, all in lowercase, one word, when checking out. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to hearing your success story soon.